So Cathryn, can you tell us what you do around the world with 21st century skills?
21st century skills, as you know, is a buzzword everywhere. All over the world, educators and education systems are looking at how do we enhance the 21st century skills in our students. They're wondering what will give them the skills to be inventive, to be innovative, to be thoughtful, to be the kind of engaged citizens in our communities that we need to thrive. And of course, they want students to have the skills to succeed in academics. Academic standards are a must. So what we are challenged with as we're looking at how to bring this to schools is how do we make sure that we're continuing to infuse academics and that academic standards and excellence with the 21st century skills that students need for learning and for life. And so what I do is I've taken a lot of these ideas, even before they were called 21st century skills, I had lists of essential skills students needed to succeed. And I've broken them down into manageable, what I call incremental bits of lessons that students can learn and teachers can easily teach. Now there's two ways to approach teaching these. One is to teach them as discrete lessons, and another way is to just infuse them into the academic program that teachers know we must teach, we must assess, and we must have for our students to be academically ready for exams or for other aspects of school life. In both situations, we are able to make sure students have these skills. And what I've learned over the years, Jeremy, is it's not enough to have the skills. It's important that students can transfer these skills to other learning situations.
That's great.
And that's what's important.
So how do you help teachers to teach these skills?
I love your questions. with teachers, very often, teachers today in many parts of the world, and I'm sure in Singapore, have much to do. There are many expectations on teachers. So I know teachers have what we call a full plate already.
Yes.
So they are only able to integrate practices that will help students succeed academically. That's really important.
Yes.
So what we want to do is create resources, strategies, techniques, and possibilities that teachers can easily adapt into everyday teaching practice. So for example, one of the challenges that teachers often say is, my students just don't listen well. I want my students to listen better. So we can either keep turning to students and say, why aren't you listening? Or we can take a brief time out to actually teach active listening skills. And I've done research to break active listening into 5 essential steps. And when students learn these 5 steps, suddenly the teacher doesn't have to keep stopping. They don't have to keep taking time away from their classrooms in order to say, oh, would they please listen? We've given them that inherent, that critical active listening skill that they will use in every class and then later in every career.
Right. How does your methods benefit students in the long run?
Young people really crave excellence. Young people truly want to be the best they can be. And when I often ask students, what do you need to know? What skills do you need? They're very forthcoming. Even students who are very academically successful will often recognize they lack some of the essential skills they need to translate their excellence into different situations.
Right.
So it's very important that we as educators find ways to educe or bring forth, that's what the word education is from, to educe the best out of our students. So one way with essential skills and with the 21st century skills is to help young people identify what are their strengths, what are their skills, what are their talents, and help them use those in ways that elevate themselves, their peer group, their school, and even the community. And then we also want to recognize other aspects of these students that need reinforcement and assistance. One critical skill that young people need, for example, is to know how to change or how to improve something that they would like to take and have greater ownership over or see better results with. So as an example, I teach a lesson that teachers then lead with their students on how to have an intrinsic plan for change. I've taken the concept of change and broken it into bite-sized bits so students can take a character trait, for example, or a study habit, and they can learn how to really improve that trait. Now we're talking about 21st century skills and social emotional development and character education, and we can infuse it together to improve academic performance.
That's great. I think you have shared with us a lot of information over the last 2 days, so this is really good to hear from you. And I would like to thank you on behalf of the Khoo group for spending this time with us and teaching us so many things. Thank you, Cathryn.
It's a pleasure, but I must say that your staff has taught me a great deal also. There's much to learn from and with your community, and I'll be very delighted to be working with teachers from Singapore. Thank you.